everybody would be mad if I didn't bring this up. Championship skier, championship parachutist, you know where I'm going with this. Mr. D.B. Cooper.
Oh. Well, they haven't caught me yet.
But now, I mean, I can remember hearing about that when I was a kid. But the story about that, they literally came looking for you, didn't they?
Yeah, you know, that's a little scary.
Fill us in on this one.
I was in Salt Lake City, and my wife and I lived in a home there that wasn't a big mansion or anything. And all of a sudden, the doorbell rang, and I go to answer the door, and before I could even get it open, you know, you just start to open it, they pushed it in and pushed me back onto the couch, guns drawn, the whole thing. I mean, you talk about get scared. And of course, my wife took off running into the other room screaming, and they wanted to know where I was at a certain day and time. And I was dumbfounded when my wife says, I think you were in New York.
But you were one of the few people in the whole country that was qualified and good enough at skiing, parachuting.
Well, the reason they thought it was me is because I was from the Northwest as well. And I had family in Portland, and I had family in Seattle, and grew up there. And I had a multi-engine pilot's license. I had a stunt plane, and basically knew a lot about flying and sport parachuting. In fact, I flew with the sport parachute plane a lot of the times when the pilot wasn't around. So
it was pretty hard to convince them you didn't
well, the skiing part, I went through college on a skiing scholarship for downhill, cross country, and jumping and slalom. And all four-way combined is what I did. So they knew that D.B. Cooper had to know something about a plane, something about scuba diving, because I hid part of the money. Well, I mean, part of the money was basically put in the river for the purpose of scattering it so that they wouldn't really find out where I hid it. I mean, he hid it. The other part was that I needed $200,000 to give Dan Gurney for a new car. And that's a true story. And so, you know, you give somebody $200,000, you're a skier, a parachutist, and a pilot. The five things they were looking for, I had. But they found out I was in White Plains, New York, with the president of General Foods. And they called while I was sitting there. They wouldn't let me up off the couch. And they called General Foods, and were fortunate enough to get a hold of the president's secretary, and she verified. Now, the part that I didn't like, they didn't even say we're sorry. They just turned around and went out the door and closed it behind them like they were mad.
Usually after they make a mess.
Yeah, they were mad because I wasn't D.B. Cooper.
Well, you fooled them, huh? No.
Yeah.